From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
A concerning number of school shootings in the U.S., how the latest incident in Wisconsin is being felt by schools and students in Montana. And an attempted early morning robbery in Billings, how employees at a local inn reacted to a pair of would-be thieves caught on camera. Plus, the audit continues, which you can expect Billings officials to finish looking into water usage in the city coming up. Good morning and welcome to Montana This Morning on this Wednesday, December 18th. I'm Augusta McDonnell here with Miller Robson.
Man, good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, Augusta.
Yeah, happy Wednesday, everybody. You've got 1 week till Christmas.
Yeah.
So if you've still got a few things on your shopping list.
Yeah.
I'm one of them.
What do you get me? I want something good.
We're using Brett's credit card.
That's right, yeah. Sky's the limit. Cody, our new producer, doesn't have a credit card. He's got cash.
He's got cash.
Got a lot of that coming my way, too, anyway,
okay. Love that. He says, that's me.
All right.
Money bags.
We're in TV. We make the big bucks.
Absolutely.
Oh, there we go.
That was way too hearty of a laugh.
I about passed out laughing there. All right, let's take a look at what's going on. You can see a big story this morning here around our area. We do have some fog in the area. More on that in just a second. Let's take a step back in time. Yesterday, we called for a high of 38, and that's exactly what we got, so a few degrees above the norm, and we're only getting warmer. We got a lot of 50s in the forecast as we move forward. Yesterday wasn't that windy, but that's going to be a big story today. The winds will be picking up. We don't have a lot of moisture in the forecast moving forward, so we'll continue to dig a hole for the month end for the year, and we just don't even want to talk about the snow totals. It's just really bad shape right there. Okay, temperature right now, we're sitting at 26, feels like 21. Look at that dew point temperature at 24, close to our actual temperature of 26. A lot of moisture out there, humidity at 92%, so there's a chance to see some fog this morning. Across the area, we've got temperatures east to west, teens, 20s, 30s, and even some 40s. You can see we do have visibility issues there here in Billings with the fog down to about a half a mile. And then, of course, another big story, just had a gust near 50 in Livingston. Very windy all the way through tomorrow. We'll take a look at that. And to our northeast, we do have some winter weather. A lot of stuff to talk about. We'll do that coming up.
All right, Miller, thanks for tracking all those details. Of course, we were hoping for a white Christmas. But it's
not looking good, folks.
Looking that way.
Looking good. Sorry about that.
All righty, thanks, Miller. And let's get to our top story this morning. 83. It's a disturbing number. That's how many school shootings have occurred in the United States so far just this year. And that's on track to set another record. 27 of those shootings were on college campuses, 56 on K through 12 school grounds. And just this week, school violence was back in the spotlight when a 15-year-old opened fire inside a private Christian school in Madison, Wisconsin, killing 2 people. The shooter then killed herself. Several others were hurt, and the motive on this is still unclear. But what is clear is that this number is concerning. Sadly, school shootings have become so common, we rarely hear about the specifics behind a lot of these crimes. This morning, our Matt Carmack dives deeper into the issue.
Monday's school shooting in Madison, Wisconsin was the 487th mass shooting in the United States so far this year.
That's more than one per day. And a local Billings mom and author is saying our society has become desensitized to this issue, and ultimately it's hurting our school children.
It's any parent's worst nightmare, sending children to school for them not to return home.
To then see the news that in another part of the country, a mom who sent their kid to school, just like I sent my kid to school, is not going to have their kid come home is paralyzing.
It's a big fear for mom of 3 and Billings author Emily Romwell.
I think it's sad that they happen so often that we just kind of move on and throw our hands up and, oh, well, there's nothing we can do. And we just, move on, it feels like sometimes.
When her oldest child entered kindergarten, she wrote Listen, Run, Hide, a children's book about what to do in those terrifying circumstances. A hard conversation to have with such young children.
At the end of the day, kids are experiencing mass shootings. They might not be in the room when one is happening, but they are experiencing drills, or they are hearing about them from friends, or they will eventually grow into awareness.
These lockdown drills are a normal occurrence at schools all across School District 2. But even the drills themselves can be alarming.
When it's not planned or we don't know about it, I get a little bit concerned, but I know I'm safe in the classrooms.
Yeah. I just think that something really bad happened and I just get scared.
I feel like our school is very secure, but people could still break in and hurt others. So I just I get scared too.
Romwell fears this mentality will spread to her children as well, as school shootings are on the rise in the United States, with 36 10 years ago, 52 5 years ago, and over 80 just this year. So much so that we are becoming desensitized to mass shootings.
I think it's important to realize that we do have a duty to be talking to our kids about this, and even as they grow older and grow into an adulthood, to talk to them about how other countries don't have this problem.
In Billings, Matt Carmack, MTU News.
Mac, thanks so much. Fortunately, Montana is not ground zero for many of those school shootings, but we are not immune. Since 1970, there have been 5 recorded school shootings in the state, with 2 of those resulting in deaths. The first one happened in December 4th of 1986. That happened in Lewistown, Montana at the high school. In this incident, a 14-year-old student, upset over a failing grade, shot at a French teacher. 1 person was killed and 3 others wounded. And the second shooting happened at Margaret Leary Elementary School in Butte on April 12th of 1994. In that case, a 10-year-old student shot at what the suspect considered to be a bully on the playground. The gunfire missed that student but struck and killed another. Former Montana Governor Steve Bullock's nephew Jeremy was the victim in that shooting. And of course, much to come as we continue to look closer at school shootings in Montana. But now it's surprising to see a police officer, or it's not surprising anymore to see a police officer or school resource officer walking through the hallways on a daily basis. But many middle schoolers did see a different side of law enforcement and first responders as they all joined together for a career fair yesterday. That was put on in Metro Park by several agencies, including the Billings Police and Fire Departments. It gives students a firsthand look at life as a first responder. Middle schoolers told us they love this opportunity.
Just seeing that and understanding what we do on a daily basis gives them a better opportunity to understand and start planning for those future goals.
We learned about like the hostage things and how they like talk to people.
I learned a lot because I didn't know that firefighters go on jet skis to save people. I thought they just went like on fire boats.
Yes, I learned that like the dogs can like sense or smell anything, and they're really smart.
Organizers say they hope to plan more expos like this in the future. And the man suspected in the shooting death of the United Healthcare CEO has been indicted by New York prosecutors. 26-year-old Luigi Mangione is charged with first-degree murder and several other charges in the murder of Brian Thompson. Mangione is accused of killing Thompson in a targeted attack on December 4th outside a Midtown Manhattan hotel, where the health insurer was holding its investor conference. Police arrested Mangione at a McDonald's in Pennsylvania 5 days after the murder. He faces a maximum penalty of life in prison without parole. And this morning, we continue to learn more about the shooting at that private Christian school this week in Wisconsin's capital. Police now say it was a second-grade teacher, not a student, who called in to report an active shooter just before 11 a.m. on Monday. CBS's Jared Hill has more from New York.
Another American community mourning another tragic school shooting. This one honoring the lives lost when police say a student opened fire at the Abundant Life Christian School in Madison, Wisconsin.
We will never be the same, but we will get through this.
One teenage student and a teacher were killed. Another teacher and 5 other students injured.
We went to the corner. We just hunkered down there.
Naomi Allen, a student at Abundant Life, described the harrowing moments during and after the shooting.
There was blood on the floor and down the stairs. We pretty much just ran over to the church.
Police say the suspected shooter, 15-year-old Natalie Ruppenow, who went by Samantha, appears to have died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
There are always signs of a school shooting before it occurred.
Investigators are combing through the alleged shooter's home and social media, trying to piece together how she got the gun and what drove her to target her schoolmates.
At this time, it appears that the motive was a combination of factors. We're talking to students to understand whether bullying was one of those multiple factors.
Police have also acknowledged a document that's been circulating online, but they haven't publicly confirmed if it was written by the suspect. Jared Hill, CBS News.
In other national news, TikTok has asked the U.S. Supreme Court to block a bipartisan law that would ban the social media app in the United States. The law will go into effect on January 19th if the justices don't grant the company's request. That bipartisan measure was passed by Congress and signed into law by President Joe Biden. The law would require TikTok's Chinese owner ByteDance to sell the platform to an American company or face a ban. TikTok has challenged the law, saying it violates its free speech rights under the First Amendment. Montana also passed a law banning the popular app in 2023. That law being challenged in court pending the outcome of the federal ban. Now on to a brazen robbery caught on camera here in Billings. It happened Friday morning about 3 a.m. at the Roadway Inn. That's downtown. Now let's take a look. Two suspects enter the lobby, one of them trying to steal the cash register. Meanwhile, the employee is seen remaining calm as one of the thieves tries to force the register open and steal the money inside, but none of that seems to work. So the suspect grabs the whole thing, breaking it off from the computer. The hotel did file a police report, but it's not believed anybody was injured in the robbery. Employees at the inn described just how scary this all was.
When I came down here, the police were already on scene. They let us know that they were basically robbed at gunpoint. The individuals who had the guns and everything took the whole entire cash register, broke the computer. As you can see in the videos, it just took it all.
We're grateful everybody working at the Roadway Inn was okay, and we'll have much more on this scary robbery later on in the show. The Billings City water audit continues to move forward. Leaders say the company hired to complete that audit, SL Serco, is on track to have it done by January 31st. Right now, that firm out of Minnesota is working on 2 phases of the project. The first being a data analysis of 37,000 files. That includes looking at residents' bills for 2 cycles before the software conversion and comparing those with 2 periods of bills that came after the software conversion, which was over the course of the summer. The company has told the city they're about 45% done with that process. The second part they're currently working on is swapping out meters that have been randomly selected for testing. City Administrator Chris Kokolski says all of those meters are now out and waiting to be shipped to a third party for testing. The city ordered the audit in late October after residents experienced unexplained high water bills for months after the Public Works Department changed their billing software.